Hello everyone and welcome to another amazing and exciting episode of
MomChitChat,
where we tackle issues pertaining to what it is to be a mother in Africa, one conversation at a time. So thank you for always joining us. Thank you for all the love and for all the engagement. If you have any questions, any concerns, anything you want discussed on the show, please make sure you email us at momchitchattv@gmail.com and make sure you engage with us on our social media, all our social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, at MomChitChat TV. As you can see, this episode is proudly sponsored by Guardia. But before we get into this episode, we'd like to introduce ourselves once again. My name is Nicole Chikwe, and with me I have
Modupe Enyila
and Jayne Ogoye.
Okay, guys, Modupe, Jayne, welcome.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yes, we are.
I know this is so exciting. It's always such a good time when we get together and have these conversations.
Absolutely.
It is.
So today, I would like us to discuss balancing home and work life.
Okay.
But first, I wanted to find out, do you guys think that it is harder now being a mother than it was for our moms and in a previous generation, or is it easier now balancing it all? What do you think?
That's a tricky, it's a tricky
it is,
question.
but at the same time, I think it's easier now because at that time, there was no social media. There was no phones to make phone calls and call maybe your kid's school that you'd be running late, or So I think for us millennial moms, I think we're finding it easier.
Okay.
Just a little teeny bit.
Okay. How about you? What are your thoughts?
I think I'm thinking the other way now.
Okay.
So I feel it's a bit harder because now the whole family. They say it takes a village.
Absolutely.
Right now. So sometimes we ask, who is that village? So I'm talking about immediate families now. Most times, a lot of moms, now you have a lot of young grandmas. So young grandmas who are still in the workforce, of course, whose husbands are still alive. So you find out that a lot of moms, not many moms, except maybe she's really old, would really want to come and sit
and live in the house
with you
and
babysit. And these days, you can't really find those little cousins of yours
that would want to come
and
sit
stay
with
with you
you.
because your cousin does have his or her own aspiration. Maybe needs to write JAM. So, sometimes now you need to actually find your own village. So we're talking about the nannies.
As much as I want to agree with you, at that time, nannies were not very, very rampant. But now we have nannies everywhere. We even have companies, agencies that do nanny agencies.
I think it's both ways.
Yeah, it has its pros and cons.
I think it's easier in a way, like you said, but it's also harder because of that lack of village structure. But we definitely have a different set of issues that we are facing, and it doesn't make it
even hiring nannies. You are dealing with trust issues and all those things.
So it's definitely difficult. So how do we balance work and home life? It's something that I think a lot of moms struggle with. And I know that there are some really helpful tips in just kind of making sure your home is in order. Do you have any tips, maybe for planning the week, or how do you do school runs, or how do you, what tips do we have for moms?
Yeah, basically, the most important thing is getting your support system.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so your support system is what works for you. For me, it might be hiring a nanny. For you, it might be maybe getting your neighbor to help. Right. Or maybe your husband. So just finding out what works for you and not having to compare yourself with another mother, because the truth is, finding balance is an ongoing process, an ongoing journey. You can't get it all at the same time, because you have so many factors, at play here. But the most important thing is planning and your organizational skills as a mom. That is what will kind of reduce the stress a bit for you.
How about you, Modupe? In terms of, let's even pick an aspect like food, right?
Okay.
That is an ongoing thing.
So they can't eat with you. just like Jayne said, just like she mentioned, that your support system is really key. I would praise my mom. She has been absolutely supportive when it comes to the food aspect that you mentioned.
Fantastic.
She would help with getting, she would do market runs for me and send someone over to bring it down to my house. Sometimes I won't have time to cook, and my mom would actually do my cooking and just pack the old things, pack them and send them down.
Oh, God bless her.
And I'll also mention my nanny. She's been with me for over 4 years, and she is an amazing woman. I would not want to downplay her role as well. She has been very, very supportive. So the support system doesn't have to be your immediate family.
Absolutely.
That's true.
So I was going to ask as well, since we're on the topic of food, Peter, did anyone see the tweet that this man had sent out about how women how women are now ordering soups and stews and jollof rice, and the majority of these women are married
I saw the tweet and I just laughed because, I mean, what are the statistics? Because he saw 2 women ordering, or because somebody told him that, has he actually seen like 100 women?
Even if it's 100,
I mean, 200,
I mean,
like, what is his business?
Our job is tough. And
I mean,
really
whatever you can do,
life is
whatever you can outsource.
Yes,
to make life easier for you,
please do.
That is food prep for me. Like, honestly, if you can even get organized enough to order food on time, then you're doing a
But just ensure that once in a while your family have a taste of your own cooking.
Absolutely.
So you don't want to outsource everything.
Yeah, but if you have a really demanding job and you just can't.
It's impossible to, my opinion, it's impossible to actually have a job that is so demanding that in 31 days you can't find 2 days at least to cook. Is it possible?
Well,
at least a month. Make an effort.
I'm just for whatever works for you.
Yes.
If cooking is not your thing and you just need to outsource or hire somebody, as long as your household is running smoothly, like I'm just like, look, sis, do you, boo?
Okay.
So on food prep, so what are we saying? We're saying outsource if you can.
Yes.
And just maybe organize, cook on the weekends, maybe when
Bulk
you're not
buying,
working,
bulk
buying.
buying.
Okay, how about school runs?
School runs. For me, we do drop-offs in the morning, and then school bus brings them back.
Okay, that's quite helpful.
So it still boils down to organizing.
Yeah.
So what works for you? Do you have like a very demanding job? Maybe you and hubby have to be out very early. So maybe what might work in this case might be you dropping off the kids quite earlier than their peers.
Yes.
Or maybe hiring maybe a nanny, I don't know, or a driver. Or having even an arrangement with your child's school, maybe to come pick your child or have your child come a bit earlier. So just find out what the dynamics is in your home.
Or carpooling as well.
Yeah,
like if you have neighbors.
Carpooling. But of course, you need to do your background.
No, of course. If you're, I mean, if there's someone that you know.
Carpooling makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
And is it quite popular here in Nigeria?
Well, I did it when I was younger. As a kid, my mom, I know that my mom and a few neighbors, they do that. So they put us in the car together. But now I'm not sure.
I'm not too sure.
No, I don't think it's as popular.
I
know it's way more popular in like the West. Yes. I know abroad they're quite big on carpooling, but I think maybe Nigeria, because trust
and stranger.
Which neighbor is that? And then we also don't live in times where you're that familiar with your neighbors anymore. Like in my estate, like I don't know. Personally know a lot of my neighbors, not like before where we all used to live on big compounds and everybody knew each other.
But you need to also, sometimes a lot of people are waiting to see who will make the first move.
I know.
Yeah.
So sometimes
I know it's a Nigerian thing. It's a Nigerian thing.
So
that is one thing you can't find in
no, it is so bad.
I live in an They will definitely knock and say hello, are you the new neighbor? And introduce.
Really
so you can actually go warm up to them, and who knows, you guys can become buddies.
Exactly.
You can do the funny thing. I was saying that you can even be chatting with your neighbor on social media and don't even know that.
No, that the person is right next
and you will order something and they will bring it to your house, deliver it to your house, and it's your neighbor upstairs.
Exactly.
So we need to actually make those efforts.
And that would also help in building your village.
Yeah,
exactly. Oh, that's amazing. You see, I'm actually going to, now that you've said this thing, Nicole, this is no good.
But then whatever comes up, you just have to take it like it's no big deal. Even if they'd be like, oh, okay, hi, how are you doing? You're fine.
It's almost impossible to. But of course,
it's actually possible.
It is, but of course, you won't go knocking on every door.
Yeah.
You won't have, okay, this one is a bit friendly. Then you can also start from when the person is driving out, start from little waves.
I like that.
So if you have kids of the same age, you know how our children usually bring us closer to their friends' parents.
Yes, that's true.
Yes, it could even be from the residents' meeting when you guys have meetings.
Oh yes, that's a good one. I also don't. Nicole, please, it's okay. God is still working on me. I'm going to work on myself.
I'm still a work in progress.
I'm still a work in progress. So, you had mentioned another key member of our support system in general is our staff.
Yes.
right? That's really, really important. So how do you know, okay, I've hired someone. How do I know whether I should just keep training the person or if I should let them go? Like, how do you determine, okay, this is just not working, or do I just should I just stick through it? It's always a little bit tricky for
right?
moms.
I feel it starts from the recruitment process.
Okay.
So I mean, you want to hire a nanny. I always feel that you should have an idea of the kind of nanny you are looking at. So am I looking for an older woman who is maybe has children, or maybe a grandmom or a mom who has experience with children? But at the same time, you also need to consider, okay, my kids are small. Would this woman be able to run around, chase them around the house?
Exactly.
You know, when come and have your bath, come and have your bath. You know,
I want to come and eat. No.
they'll run into mommy's room. And then they'll start
when
screaming
they
from
want
the
to
door.
play.
Exactly.
Yeah, and they want you to stand up and actually just
You know, so you need to consider that. Or do I want a younger girl who maybe isn't a mom or a wife, but is quite smart, you know, maybe a bit literate, can even help out with homework once in a while. I can say, okay, I can quickly call from the office. Dupe, sorry.
no, it's fine.
Hi, Dupe, I won't be back on time. Help me check whatever your baby's name, Rosie's homework. Just help me, you know. So you have to have your ideal nanny avatar at the back of your head.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like
so
that.
it will also help that when you are interviewing her, you know what to look out for. So if you want someone who is literate, so when you are talking with her, you can say, okay,
know that, so
this person
may not or may not. And so are you looking for a leave out? Are you looking for a live-in? For people like us that love our privacy and our kids are growing up, you want to be free to walk around and do some naughty things with your husband in the evening. And you don't want a nanny to come out at that time, say, madam, I want to go take water to drink, and now catches you, you know. Well, it also depends on how your home is. Of course. So you look at all those things, have what your requirements are at the back of your mind, and it will guide you when you're hiring. And then when you hire her and you see that you keep on doing her job, or you keep on talking, you have tried, you have put her through the routines. She's great with the children, but she gives me a headache. Or she's great with washing the plates or cooking, but she steals. So are these things that you can manage? If you cannot manage, so I also believe in hiring and firing until you get the right person.
Absolutely.
Because really, most times they don't even have any emotional attachment to you. That's the truth.
That's true. It's just a job.
It's a job.
Yeah.
The month you can't even pay them their salary,
they'll go.
You see them acting up, and
they'll forget the 8 months that you were able to pay, or even the months that maybe some days can be dry. You know, you and your husband can even go to bed hungry, but you need to feed her because she won't understand that
there's no food.
So you need to consider all these things before or when you are hiring her.
Okay,
you're absolutely right.
So we've spoken quite a bit about our structure, our support stuff, but I want us to kind of circle back to the mother.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about balancing like home life and work life, how about like mommy time?
Yeah.
So what are some tips, just quick ways you can just kind of find time for yourself, because that's also very important, right? Like as a mom, just being able to kind of center back, because you can't pour from an empty cup. So what tips do you have?
For me, I'll say that if 2 hours is all you get in a week as me time, I think you should just use it. Take that 2 hours. Be very religious. Be very selfish with that 2 hours.
Absolutely.
Take yourself out. If you have to, you can just go to the cinema. Use your 2 hours, or you want to go to the spa, use your you want to read a book, you want to go to the library, use your 2 hours, and make sure that you're back to that sane position, sane you. That's very important for
I
me.
like that, 2 hours.
Yes.
Okay.
I love that idea because I didn't even think about it. But I think to make it more effective, write it down.
Yes.
Or plug it in your phone.
Yes.
You know how your phone reminder works. So you know that it will remind you from 2 o'clock of Saturday.
Exactly.
Midtime is 4 o'clock. It's time for you to go and it sounds funny,
it's
but
really
I mean,
important. And then you should plan towards it. That's 2 hours.
Exactly.
So I need to get someone
any other thing.
Watch the
because
kids.
if you don't actually plan towards it,
it won't work.
It won't work. You
Yes.
just keep pushing and because things always come up as a mom, right? And we always tend to put ourselves last.
But even 2 hours set for a lot of people, that's a lot of. That is so much time for only me. 2 hours. What am I doing?
I actually just said even if it's just 30 minutes.
Oh yes.
It's as long as
even if it's locking yourself in the room, let the cartoon be the babysitter for a few hours.
While
just
you
lock
just
yourself
stay
there.
sane in your room.
Stay in your room. They will come knocking. Just blank out. As long as nobody's dying there. So just stay there, refresh whatever you want to do. For me, I just love to take like quick 30 minutes, not sleep, I just lie down. I just keep my phone. I sometimes keep the phone in the parlor, so I'm not tempted to
that's
go through
good
it.
one.
Yeah.
I keep the phone in the parlor, so I just stay on my bed and I just... Sometimes I find out that the best ideas come at that time.
The
best ideas come there.
Actually do come.
That is so...
At that time.
I really like the tip about leaving your phone, because the thing is, for me, right, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm taking my me time, and then I'm just scrolling through social media, and you're not,
and
you're
Instagram,
still not
Instagram, click on one picture,
and that's it.
Someone is tagged, you go to the tag
person.
From the tag person, you get lost.
You get to their IGTV video, then you enter their story, then you just check their YouTube. Like, what are you doing? No.
And before you know it, your 30 minutes or 2 hours is gone.
And you don't feel rested.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so that's quite helpful. So, Jayne, please help us. Do you have anything exciting you'd like to tell us about so we can balance our work and our lives and our homes and our domestics? Please talk to me about your exciting new project.
Thank you, Nicole. So I have the Fabmum Organizer bundle. So it's made up of 6 different templates.
Okay.
Wow.
6 different things. So I picked on the 6 trouble areas that moms have.
Okay.
And I sort of created a template. So all you just need to do is plug and play.
Wow,
so what are the 6 trouble templates?
Okay, so I have a sample nanny contract.
Oh.
Okay.
So which you can always adopt and adapt to your own home. I know we are not so big on this, but it's also important that you have it.
Right.
So that she knows that you cannot just stand up and say you're going tomorrow. So what are the consequences? Will you forfeit your salary? So who is going to be her referee? You know, who are going to... You have to trace that referee. I know that if you go, I'm going to arrest your referee.
Right.
And let the referee know. I'm just saying these are,
of course.
things that you will find there in some of the things you will find in the contract.
Oh, wow.
Fantastic.
So salary, off days, the days you may have to go, depends on the structure in your home. Is she going to be a live-in or live-out? The day she will have to go make her hair. If she's the type that does not go on off monthly, I think it's fair enough to give her at least 1 day in a month. Just to go, even to go do her hair or go shop or go buy her, what's it called now? Personal things. I also have the meal planner.
Oh, fantastic.
So it's just 4 weeks meal plan. It comes with a shopping guide.
Oh, nice.
And the major things you should always have in the house.
Amazing.
So we're talking about boiled chicken, at least should be there. Titus fish flakes, just keep it there. Boiled tomato and pepper, steamed and dry, just keep it there because you won't know when it will come in handy.
Yes,
what else is there? I also have the sample nanny schedule.
Okay.
So basically, what's the typical day supposed to look like for your nanny? When does she wake up? When does she go to sleep? Will she have sleep times in between? Maybe afternoon naps. So it also depends on how your home runs. So you just plug and play, adapt. So I put like 2 different samples for live-in and live-out. Monthly schedule is there by week. It's loaded, sis.
It's loaded. I cannot believe it. I'm definitely getting it.
I have like a dummy organizer there, so you can also adapt, plan your month, plan your week, slot in August time, slot in your time, slot in mommy kiddies day out, or mommy kiddies time when just mommy keeps her phone away, and looks away from Instagram, and you guys just talk.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes you find out that is when you find out that your child is even passing through something.
Exactly.
So these are some of the things in the templates.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And it's a bundle.
It sounds fantastic. I cannot wait to order my own. So can we pre-order now?
Yes,
how
you
does
can.
It work?
Pre-order is on.
Okay.
And on Mother's Day, at the end of March, it will be available.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
can't
so if you
wait.
pre-order. What did you say?
I said we can't wait to get it.
I can't wait for you to buy it.
Please, I need it so that my house can be running like clockwork.
Yeah.
So we're talking again about work and home life balance, which, I mean, it's a struggle for all moms, right? So mothers are typically under a lot of stress. I know I'm stressed all the time. So how do we manage stress? We have a couple of tips here, and please feel free to chime in with your opinions. There are quick things that we can do, such as breathing exercises and reframing techniques. A reframing technique is a different way of looking at a stressful situation. And there are long-term stress management tips, such as regular exercise, which is, you know me, Team Fit Fab, or meditation, or having a supportive social circle, and things like that can relieve stress for working moms and their families. What do you think? And particularly, this supportive social circle is
very key.
Important.
It's very
the most important thing.
Absolutely.
And then I also find that really taking a deep breath, because when you get stressed, you're actually really not breathing that well. Just
let's just get the breathing off.
Just relax.
Exactly. Okay, ladies, all together, one deep breath in, out. I feel less stressed already. Okay. So the next tip, don't be afraid to ask for help. It is okay to reach out to others to help when you're feeling stressed.
Yeah, I also want to add that when offered help, take it.
Yes.
From people you love and trust.
Exactly. Please take it. Don't try and be, you're already a superhero. Just take the help. Friends and neighbors can also be rallied, and supportive networks can be formed. Be sure to learn how to delegate tasks at home, which is a great place that your planner
template,
would, your templates would help, because it helps with like task delegation, right? Absolutely. So it's important. For busy working moms, enlisting help is a smart way to make life less stressful and hectic.
That's true.
Absolutely.
Hire a nanny. Hire nannies if you want to. Hire drivers if you can afford. I mean, whatever, like you said earlier, whatever you
makes
can.
it easier for you.
You know, so please do it. There's no shame. These things are not even luxury any longer.
Yeah, they actually aren't. They're becoming more and more of a necessity, with especially living in this country.
That's true.
So the next tip is take care of yourself. As you already know, if you aren't at your best physically and emotionally, you won't be performing at your best at work or with your kids.
That's true.
To maintain the kind of stamina and focus required to give their best to your children and to work, it's important for moms to take care of themselves the way they care for their children. By getting plenty of sleep. Do we get plenty of sleep?
We need to do better.
We need to do better. That's why I just said, let me stop and ask.
For me, most of the times,
because I know I'm so bad.
Most of the time, the only time I get to sleep in the afternoons is after we struggle to make the kids sleep.
Yeah.
You end up sleeping.
Exactly.
Even at night, you still wake up like 1 a.m. to check if everyone's
Exactly.
fine.
Exactly. So getting plenty of sleep, healthy food. How are we doing with our food? Are we trying?
We can do better.
We can do. Why are you looking away?
Are you sweet tooth?
Yes, I am.
Okay, well, we need to try and eat healthy food and at least get some downtime. Like you had mentioned, even if you're 2 hours, 30 minutes, whatever it is, get some downtime. It is also important to enjoy positive feedback to avoid burnout. So like hugs from kids and kudos from work. That's important. There's nothing like a hug from your kid to make you feel better, right? So another tip is stay connected. It's important for mothers to stay connected with their children. Kids who feel neglected tend to act out more.
True.
And moms who feel they aren't giving enough to their kids tend to feel stressed and guilty.
That's true.
So maintaining a strong connection is both emotionally beneficial and just plain pragmatic. That's true.
That's true. Makes a lot of sense.
Because it's true, when I feel like I'm not quite giving my best at home, it really, that mom guilt is a
you judge yourself
thing, and it makes you so stressed. So just
a quick let me just add a quick tip there with regards to that point.
Yes, please.
So a stress breaker for me is the kids are playing or role playing or just being all noisy in the house, and I just go down to their level and we just play roles. Sometimes they'll be like, hey, mom is joining us. But they won't understand that I'm just there to just just exhale and just, so for that moment when I'm there with them, I forget about all the things that are on my mind, and I'm just a child
right now.
at that moment. So not only am I bonding, I'm also distressing.
Exactly.
So playing with your children, getting on the ground with them and playing, it's a stress reliever.
Absolutely. It really, really is. That's actually a really good tip. We need to play more with our kids. Okay. Set boundaries. Mothers play many roles and want to be their best in all of them. This sometimes leads to a feeling of not being able to say no. Ever. Start practicing how to set boundaries in relationships right away. This table the way I'm on this table, I cannot say no to anything.
I know.
It's so difficult. I'm definitely like a people pleaser. Like I just can I help? Sure. Can you quickly show up? Sure. Let me. So I'm always burnt out. Are you good at setting boundaries?
Not really, but I think the tip Dupe mentioned earlier, like the 2 hours to yourself. So if, for instance, you have carved out every Saturday between 2 to 3, nothing will make me leave my house. I mean, it will be easier for you to set that kind of boundary. Yeah. So if you have dedicated times, maybe for me time or for self, it makes it easier for you to say no.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, except maybe a life is
of course,
involved.
Yes, of course.
So I think it makes more sense if you have dedicated times for yourself or maybe for your family. I know some people, there's nothing that will nothing you're doing that will take them out of their house on Saturday because they have to be with their children.
Right.
So I think it all boils down to what your priorities are and how much of time you have for yourself, right?
Yeah.
I think that's what works.
No, I agree. So just cultivating the habit of saying no.
Yes.
And just setting, I guess, like you had said,
just set a time of the week for you.
This is my family time. This is time for my children. This is time for my husband.
Exactly.
And
this is time for myself.
When they finally know or get to know that,
they will respect you for that.
And they'll walk around your schedule.
You see, they start asking you, okay, so what time will work for you?
Exactly.
And then you can begin to negotiate. And you even feel proud.
Exactly. Okay, so I like that. So the last one is plan ahead and be organized. Being organized is a vital skill for all mothers. If you plan ahead and streamline your routines, there's less forgetting things and stressing as you move through your busy day.
Yes.
Again, which is why we all need this Fabmum.
Yes, we do.
Girls, I've got you covered, so you got no worries.
Before what do you need? You think you're just going to go home? I wasn't going to get my own.
No, you will.
Thank you. I appreciate you, dear. So yes, please make sure you get the Fabmum planner when it comes out. It'll make your life so much easier. Again, this episode has been brought to you by Guardia. Guardia is a mosquito repellent cream, which is amazing. I think it's for children who are over 6 years old and above. So even adults can use it as well. I'm sure we all know the importance of protecting ourselves and our children from these pesky mosquitoes. So for more information, please go on www.guardia.info and get you some because it's important.
Very, very
Thank you so much for tuning into another exciting episode of Mom Chit Chat. As usual, please make sure you follow us on all our social media handles at MomChitChat TV. And if you have any questions or inquiries, or you'd like to partner with us the way we partnered with Guardia, please make sure you send us an email at momchitchattv@gmail.com. So that's it, ladies.
Yeah.
All right, should we say bye to everyone in the audience?
Bye.
Bye. Bye.